Ever wished you could streamline your workflow in Copilot Studio by tapping directly into Foundry agents? The good news, you can. And it's easier than you think.
By calling the Foundry agents in Microsoft Copilot Studio, we are building an agentic solution that spans across the agents built using low-code and pro-code platforms like Foundry. My name is Jay Padimiti, and I will be showing you a demo of connecting Foundry agents within Microsoft Copilot Studio. Let's get started. Before diving into the demo, let's quickly understand what a connected agent is. Connected agents enable the AI systems to interact with external data and services in a seamless manner. And Microsoft Copilot Studio supports multi-agent orchestration. Right? Connected agents allow the Copilot Studio agents to interact with external agents built using multiple different platforms in a seamless and secure manner. They extend the AI capabilities beyond the static models by enabling this dynamic interaction. You will be able to leverage the Microsoft Copilot Studio and Azure for secure, scalable orchestration with connected agents. And remember the core principle. Agents act as the bridge between AI models and real-world data. Connected agents let you break down complex tasks into coordinated, specialized roles without the need for a custom orchestrator or hand-coded routing logic. With this capability, you can design agentic systems where a primary agent intelligently delegates to purpose-driven subagents, streamlining workflows like customer support, market research, legal summarization, and financial analysis. You should consider breaking your agent into multiple connected agents when the ability for your agent to differentiate between the tools, based on their name and description, starts to degrade. Rather than overloading one agent with too many skills, you can build focused, reusable agents that collaborate seamlessly, scaling both performance and maintainability. Now that we have the understanding of what a connected agent is, let's get right into the demo. The demo leverages a simple pattern of connected agents. The master agent, called learning assistant agent, is going to call a Foundry agent and to answer any algebra specific questions. And then it also is connected to a biology agent, which is built in Copilot Studio to answer any biology specific questions. In future, I hope to create a chemistry agent that will be communicated to the learning assistant agent through A2A protocol. Now let's see how it all plays out. Okay, here's the learning assistant agent that we just talked about, right? So this is a very basic agent. All this agent has two agents. This is the algebra agent and this is the biology agent. Let's take a quick look at how these two agents are set up. You can see those two are connected agents and they are enabled by default. Let's look at algebra agent. This agent is connected through the Azure AI Foundry agent service, and it uses Microsoft Enter ID for authentication purposes, and it has an input value for the name as the ID that gets passed on. Now let's look at the biology agent. Biology agent is a Copilot Studio agent. Doesn't take any inputs. It's a very simple, straightforward agent once again to respond to the questions. Let's see how we can interacting with this learning assistant agent. I'm going to ask a very basic question about biology first. Just calling what is a cell. And you can see on here, the orchestrator on the Copilot Studio rightfully picked the Copilot Studio agent called biology agent to get me the response for the definition of a cell. Let me ask a algebra question, right? And ask a simple, what is remainder theorem? Okay, so now it made a call to the algebra agent that is hosted in the Azure AI Foundry. We'll wait for a second, see how it responds. So it was able to successfully call the Foundry agent and get me the response for algebra specific question. Now that is a quick demo of what it means to have a connected agent across different platforms. Now that you have seen how it all plays out, let's look at the under the hood aspects of how Microsoft Foundry agent is created and how it is got connected to the Copilot Studio agent. Okay, here is the Foundry surface. Here is my algebra agent that I have created. It's a very simple agent, like I said. And then let's take a note of the agent name. This is what we use to connect this agent to the Copilot Studio. And there is another attribute that we need for connecting this to the Copilot Studio, which is nothing but the endpoint. Here is the endpoint that we would need, right? And once we come here, I'll quickly show you what it means to create an agent, a connected agent. So come here and click on connect to an external agent, and then you select the Microsoft Foundry. Once you select the Microsoft Foundry, you will establish a connection. You can choose to create a new connection here. You provide the enter user login ID. And remember how I said the endpoint URL? This is where you provide the endpoint URL here. Once you provide those two, it will create the connection, the agent, as you have seen under this, right? So this is the connectivity aspect of it. And similarly, we could connect a Copilot Studio agent as well here. Anything that is published here should be able to connect to this. Okay, now that we have seen under the hood about connecting these agents, let's take a look at what happened when we made a call to this particular instance of the test, right? So we called the biology agent, but we also called the Azure Foundry agent in terms of the algebra agent, right? When we made the call, the request instance comes to the Azure Foundry, and the algebra agent in Foundry keeps track of what is coming in, what is going out, right? So this is the trace. As you can see, this is the response. It got completed around the time that we made the call. So if you look at the conversation ID, it will tell you what was the input, what was the output, and then you can see how the agent responded. Okay, with that, I hope you are able to get a good understanding of how connected agents work in Copilot Studio and how you can leverage agents built across different platforms like Foundry. There are pro code within Copilot Studio to make it a true agentic solution. Thank you.